Kind of close. I am going live on YouTube as well as Facebook. Hey everybody, this is your girl, Trish Standley, and we are at the very first, getting disturbed already. We are, oh, we are at our are doing our very first, not our first, She Shed with Trish. We're doing our very first live journaling. And I got the idea to do this from an event that I spoke at for Swagger Magazine. And the whole topic was about becoming and the importance of healing, of being okay with where you are now, but being open to the next evolution of self. And so I was able to present for that particular event, and one of the feedbacks, you have to excuse these braids because I know they look off the chain, but at any rate, I am so tired, and I'll explain that here in a minute. But the reason why, from that the takeaway that I got from that particular presentation was, um, I don't know how to journal. Do you have journals? And so it ignited something in me. I took it back to my PR team, and they were like, Trish, why don't you just do a live journaling session? That's why you surround yourself with brilliant people, okay? So, hence, I said, okay, I'm already doing a She Shed because She Shed is an exercise for me to be able to do more lives and to see me more in, not that my TV show is not a full essence of who I am, it's very much who I am, but I'm always made up. My hair is done, my makeup is done, lashes on, clothes decked out. Um, but you guys don't see me like this. And if you ran into me any day of the week, this is what you're gonna get. So I wanted to present that part of me to you guys and just kind of have some time where we can just sit and talk and just be real. So, with that being said, we are turning these sessions, these she shed sessions, into journaling, live journaling with Trish. Just before we get started in that, because this is not going to take long at all. I don't believe in occupying people's time. Like I said, I am tired myself, and I know 6 p.m. on Thursday, we're almost through a full week, and you are too. And I totally get it, and I want to respect your time as well as mine. Um, but just to share a few things, this first little part is going to be a little She Shed stuff that I'm used to sharing with you guys. Last Saturday, I had the opportunity to go to a local popular spot here in downtown Atlanta called Your Vitamin Lady on Auburn Avenue. And the purpose of me going was because I've really been struggling with symptoms, um, hormonal imbalance, symptoms from going through menopause. And you guys know I've shared on here before. I really choose to go the natural route because I just don't trust those other options. I don't trust HRT and all those things. So, with me saying that, now I'm getting a flash, so let me grab my fan. um, and so I decided to go to her because I had a very emotional week a couple of weeks ago, and to the point where I almost felt like my head was about to explode. It was just so much going on in my life at that time. Still some stuff, still some residue going on at that time. And so I said, well, let me go and see if I can find and have a natural, someone put a concoction together specifically for me. And the thing with Your Vitamin Lady shop is that she goes according to your blood type. And I know there's books out there. My mother has been doing it most of my life, eating according to her blood type. We share the same blood type. So I knew some of the stuff, but I didn't know the extent of everything. And it was such an awesome experience. She does a presentation. She talks to every blood type all at once, one time. She has a little small, she does little small sessions where she is breaking things down and explaining to you specifically about your blood type. You also get a form, or not a form, but a sheet that tells you what you should eat within your blood type, what you should avoid. And so many surprising things on that list for me. I just, as an adult, just started liking avocado. Just started liking it. Never liked it before. I would say in the last 8 to 10 years, I just started liking avocado and I'm sorry, yeah, avocado and it's on my avoid list. But what I'm doing is I'm doing this detox, which is part of the reason why I'm tired. And I'm doing her 30-day detox. She gives you this jug with water that has purities and things in it. I believe apple cider vinegar is one of the things that's in that concoction. And you drink it. You drink 8 ounces in the morning. She gives you a little packet of vitamin C powder. You take that with your 8 ounces of the detox drink in the morning, and then at night you do another 8 ounces, and you do, I want to say, a fourth tablespoon of pure olive oil. And so I do that at night. So I've been running all day, all night with even just that. And then I also drink a lot of water. If you know me, I drink, me and water are best friends. And so I do drink a lot of water. So it has had me going. And you know, when you're detoxing, your body is working overtime. And so you tend to get tired. So that's why I'm tired, is because I'm on a 30-day detox. Once I finish those 30 days, then I will go back. And if I'm still having symptoms, then she will do a mixture for me. But she requires everyone to do the 30-day detox because a lot of our issues come from us eating things that we should not be eating consistently. So because she did say after the 30 days, you can do an 80-20 ratio. So eat 80% of what you're supposed to be eating and 20% of the things that you like and that you might enjoy. And type, we can eat a lot of protein. And I only eat chicken, fish, yeah, poultry. I only eat poultry and fish and seafood. So now I'm having to venture over into like the beefs and the um, bison and those type things. And so it's gonna be a journey. She suggested for me specifically because I have not eaten beef in uh, probably 28 years. I was newly moved here to Atlanta, so about 28 years. So I'm thinking, and she said it needs to be grass fed. So I found Googled a little meat shop, an old school meat shop here in Atlanta that I'm going to check out this weekend. And just try to start small, in small portions. I want to do it grounded first. I'm not eating no steak or nothing like that starting off. I want to try the ground grass-fed beef, ground up, and excuse me, and start going that route to get on more protein because my diet requires a lot of protein. And she also said that we also have a lot of acid in our stomachs, which allows us to break down the protein, unlike other blood types. So it was very interesting. I was so excited. Y'all know I can talk on and on about it, but I will still be sharing some of the stuff that I shared during my regular She Shed. But this is our very first live journaling with Trish. I'm on time constraints, not just for you guys, but also for myself. So if you don't catch this live, hopefully you'll check it out and catch it at a later time. We do know that Facebook has time limits on the lives, so if you don't check it, get a chance to check it out here on Facebook, guys. I'm also recording on YouTube. And so you can go over to Trish Standley TV over on YouTube and check me out over there. But guys, shoot out to me any natural remedies that have been your favorite. What works for you? What doesn't work for you? We also know that natural remedies is something, it takes a little longer, but for me, my preference is I rather just battle through it until I get to the good side versus taking a lot of stuff that's being prescribed And no diss to the medical. I feel like the medical industry is there for a reason. I believe that God blessed us this world with doctors, so don't get me wrong in that, but I just don't feel like, but I also feel like he filled this earth with natural healing remedies. And so that is the route that I'm interested in approaching here right now. All right, so we are going to end that session, she shed topic, and just really flow right into the live journaling. What live journaling is, we're not on here to talk. I don't want to know your business, and you definitely not gonna know my business. That's not what this is about. What it's about is for beginners, who those of you who are not used to journaling. I'm just sharing some of the things that I do, some of my techniques. If you are out there and you journal as well, please feel free to comment and share what you do. Share the wealth, because my way isn't all is may not be your way of doing it, and that's okay. Um, but if you have a way that you journal, share it in the comments, and we will, and everyone who's interested can kind of go there and glean off of your wisdom, because I do believe you gain wisdom from journaling. Okay, so first and foremost, I have so many journals that this is about to be funny. So I'm just going to go real quickly through all of the things that I do in uh, my journaling process. If you don't know me, I am a songwriter. I've been writing music since I was 14, 15 years old. I've recorded music, and so I've always, writing has always been my thing, my gig. Okay. So this is what I keep by my bed. This goes with me everywhere in my home. I don't take this out of my home. But if I'm in the living room, this is with me. If I'm in the kitchen, this is with me. It doesn't go in the bathroom with me. If definitely if I'm in my bedroom, it's with me. It sits on my dresser right next to my bed. And as you see, I keep an ink pen here, because I get a lot of downloads. I get a lot of ideas, which is what I pray for. And God gives them to me a lot of times in my sleep, because that's the only time I will shut up and he can speak to me sometimes. So I make sure I have this pad, so when he is downloading into me, I get up and I write my ideas. And not even just then in those moments. If I am sitting and when I got off of work today, I got a lot of stuff to do. It's tax time. So I got a lot of stuff to do. But I said, okay, I got to do all this stuff, but I need my rest. I need a moment to breathe, woosah, after coming off of 8 hours of work. So I made a list of all the things to do things, and I just write it here, jot it down so I don't forget it in the moment. Okay, so this is not necessarily a journal. It's kind of like it keeps me, it's for quick thoughts, put it that way. This is for quick thoughts. I have another, this is like something where I want to keep long-term memories. It's so pretty. I purchased this at an event, I want to say maybe a year ago, but I guess I could open it that way. I keep a lot of cards, special memories in here, and anything that I want to keep. Haven't put too much in here, because once you put it in here, it's final. And so I want to make sure, ensure that I'm putting it in here. But it has different pages where you can just put different memories, different notes to yourself. It has pockets. So if it's anything that you want to leave in there, you can do that. It has a back main pocket as well. And right now I have cards and some things that I want to put in here, but I'm trying to wait until I'm absolute salute, because once I put it in here, that's it. So this is one, and this is a special occasion. When I leave up out of this earth, this is what I want my daughter to go to remember who her mother is and was. So this is just a special little diary thingy for my baby once I leave here. Another journal, I have a very good friend, Simone. Um, she created this thing on my show. I have a show, Trish Standley TV, and we actually did a community event where we talked about caregiving, but we also talked about end of life planning. Because when you're taking care of a loved one, you want to make sure, and you need to make sure that they have their stuff, their business in place, but you also need to make sure you have your business in place as well. And so she created this amazing journal. It's thick, y'all, but she created this amazing journal. It's called "I Think I Ended Up Here with Purpose." I just love it, y'all. I just love journals of all sorts. And so what this is it's a end of life planner. And Simone created this, so you can go in. It's like, I'm just want to go through it real quick. It's preparing for departure, a thankful reflection. It's like notes that you leave to your friends, your family, your loved ones. What would you want to be the last thing that you say to them? But it also has space in here where you can leave your logins for your family members if you get sick or you get in an accident and they need to access your information, your bank accounts. I ran into that with my father. When my father died, his wife she didn't know a password to anything. And so we had to kind of go through his desk and try to figure out, how do we get to this? How do we get to that? You know, how do we log into this? How do we log into that? This is a vehicle that you can use that will help you um, save all of that information so that if God forbid something happens to you and your family needs to be able to access certain things for you, this walks you all through it. It walks you through everything that we use. I mean, passwords that you didn't forgot about. Um, this is the book for you. And again, it's called I Think I Ended Up Here with Purpose. And Simone K, what I'll do is I'll go in the comments once we finish, and I will and I'm gonna say it wasn't, I don't like putting prices out there, but it wasn't much at all. And so if you're this is great if you're working on your will or a trust as well. It allows you to put your thoughts together before you go down and sit and talk to an attorney. They charge by an hour. So the more information you go in with, the cheaper your service will be, even with your attorney, because you have all your thoughts collected here in this journal. So this is a different type of journal. Um, what else we have? I'm also a calendar girl, and I do a lot of journaling in here, and I love beautiful calendars, but I want the calendar to be a space where I can also share some of my thoughts as well. And I do, this is the secret that I have when it comes to journaling. Get you erasable ink pens. Get erasable ink pens. You'll thank me later. So I get erasable ink pens. So if I mess up, which I will, I can erase it and rewrite. But this is my calendar journal. Y'all, some people might think I'm anal. I write down everything. But I have to keep my mind right. And so this is full of all of the goodies because it gives you space to add your to-do list. It gives you space to, let me see, you have like the regular in it like way. I like documenting too much, so I like my calendar to be broken down like this. And then you have space behind each month to where you can give notes going in and going out of the month. So this is going into March. It's a few little notes I had, and then there's also notes going out of March, space, and that's for each month. And so I love these type books. I ordered this on Amazon, and it probably was about $12, $14. It wasn't that much. So this is this is my calendar journal, if you will. And then my last baby, you guys know I'm an electronic girl. Love electronics. Hey guys, I'm not really looking like that. I do see I have some lights, so thank you guys for the lights. Thank you for the hey Kendria, I see you just signed on. Thank you guys for logging on and hanging with me. But I also have an electronic note taker. And so what I take off of here, or what I put on here, I transpose on here, so that, because I take this with me. So if there are things that I need to get done and I'm out and about or got some free time or whatever, I can say, okay, well, what do I need to do? What's on my to-do list? What can I knock out right now? Like, I went and got my hair braided. I got a lot of stuff done during that time because I had this here with me. So this is an electronic note taker. It's the Remarkable, and they are not cheap. But they are so worth it. They are so worth it. So as for gift, ladies, we just passed Valentine's Day. We got Mother's Day coming, and I'm sure you got your birthdays coming, and you got Christmas coming. This is a great gift, especially if you love electronics. All right. And this will sync to your laptop. This will sync to your laptop. You are able to move files you can connect this to your Google Drive, and it can transfer documents and notes from there onto here. I love it, guys. I love it. I love it. I love it. So this is another what I consider journal for me, because I have things in here, you name it. Every entity of things that I work on is in here. All right, so we're going to get into it with journaling, and then also share what type of journals that you guys like. You don't. It doesn't have to be. You can go to the dollar store and get a journal, okay? And you can also get journals that guide you through, but you got to find one that fits you, and that's the hard part. So that's why I like buying just empty journals and then putting in the input that I want to put in. Okay, so today what we're going to do, we are going, let me find it. Let me find it. She shed. Here we go. Okay. So first and foremost, what I want to say, welcome to Live Journaling with Trish. And in everything that I do, I invite God, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit in to help and guide us through this. Whatever you believe in, whomever you call God, ask him into your space. Hey, Jay Nicole. That's my girl. That is my girl, y'all. That's my homie. Go check her out. But yeah, so it is, I just like blank. I prefer. You may want to start out with something else, but that's what live journaling with Trish is all about. I'm going to help you through that space and just share what I do. And like I said, you guys, if you're out there in that world and you journal, share your, what is this thing doing? I know it's not breaking up my, y'all, it done something. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Okay, maybe it made it into 6 separate pages. Okay, it did. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so what we're gonna do for, I'm gonna do this probably once a week, just during Women History Month. And happy Women History Month to my fellow queens. Um, so this is gonna be the first thing. We're gonna talk about reset. This is gonna be our first journal entry, okay? Get your journals, y'all. We getting ready to write, okay? And I'm leaving you guys with these questions, and I will leave the questions in the comment section for you to come to whenever, if you're not able to write right now in this moment. But we're going to talk about reset. How do you know when it's time to reset? How do you know? Some people their entire lives doing the same thing, the same routine. And that's in life, that's in ministry, that's in business, that's in friendships. Let's not go there. That's in every aspect of our lives. We get into a zone and we feel like the rest of our life has to be in that same zone. But life doesn't happen like that. My life is nowhere near what it was like when I was in my 20s. My mindset is not even like it was when I was in my 20s. So in each pivotal moment in your life, whether you realized it and recognized it as that or not, it was a reset. But how do we um, approach it? How do we um, get that feeling, and how do we move, pivot? That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm gonna have these three. These are 3 signs that it is time to pivot. I'm gonna put in the comments, but if you can write them down, write them down. 3 signs that it's time to reset. You are productive, but not peaceful. You are successful, but spiritually restless. You are needed by everybody, but disconnected from yourself. Think about that. I don't like putting people's business out there, but I was talking to an individual, and one of the things that she was saying is she is so afraid to be titled selfish. And that's a scary place to be. I don't want to be titled selfish. So you're just giving, giving, giving. And I shared the analogy of what she's supposed to be, the analogy of the saucer and the cup. Everybody done heard that analogy. You give from the saucer. You don't give from the cup. If they see them, you got to start exercising that no, you know? And so that's why I was sharing earlier about sometimes even with family and friends, you have to reset and you have to reintroduce, redefine yourself and reintroduce the new you to the people that love you and the people that are closest to you. And it can be depressing. It can be stressful. But guess what? You have to take care of you. And it's okay to have selfish moments locked in, scheduled into your life where you shut it down. I shut down for 3 days because I needed to take care of Trish. When you get to that point where I felt like my head was going to explode. When you get to that point, I know my blood pressure was sky high. Stress turns into, we already know this, turns into so many levels of stress. And so as much as you are there for other people, you're putting your own body, your own mind into jeopardy of being unhealthy and being unsettled for the sake of other people. Okay, so those are the 3 things. I'm gonna repeat them again. They're signs to let you know that it's time for a reset. You are productive, but not peaceful. You are successful, but spiritually restless. You are needed by everyone, but disconnected from yourself. Okay? So these are going to be some of the questions, and I'm almost done because I'm going to give you these questions. I'm going to give you something to write under those questions, and this week you're going to answer those questions for yourself. You're going to be real with yourself. Okay? And like I shared, I think when I was announcing that we were going to be doing this, you have to have an outer body experience. You have to go outside of yourself, turn around, look down at yourself, and do a serious, honest self-examination. Okay? So these are the guided questions. This is what is going to, think about AI and think about ChatGPT and how you have to create prompts to create what it is that you're trying to create. We're going to call these prompts, okay? Because we're trying to create and become new within ourselves, all right? So the first one is, where am I functioning instead of flourishing? Where are you in your life where you're just existing? I'm just here. I'm just doing life because I got to do life. Okay? What have I outgrown but still hold on to? This one's hard, y'all. It's hard. But you got to be honest with yourself. What are you holding on to? What have you outgrown? Some of them friendships that you've outgrown. You know, one of the things I can share this, a little bit of this, my new word right now is mishandled. If you mishandled me in 2026, no ma'am, no sir, it's not happening. You know, now I will put this in perspective. I'm not going to allow anyone to mishandle me, but I'm also going to be very intentional in not mishandling others. Okay, it takes 2. You can't get mad because this person popped you upside the head when you tripped them. You know what I mean? So you have to take accountability. That's the word. That's the word for the day. I'm going to write that down. Accountability. That's going to be our word. I just made that up. So we're going to have a word each week. God willing. We'll have a word. But accountability is the word for this week. Okay? The next thing that you're going to write into your journal question is, what fear is disguising itself as responsibility? And I can share this. When God called me to sing and record music, I hid under creating a music group. I hid under starting a uh, praise team at the church. I got myself busy in everything else because I was scared to go do what he told me to do. So what are you doing? We all do it. But what are you doing? Write that thing down and acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. Okay? And then because we'll start working on how we can fix this stuff and start working, because once you write it down, you can identify. And so once you write it down, when you start doing it, you be like, okay, there, Trish, you need to stop. You need to cut it out. Okay? And the last question is, if I trusted God completely, what decision would I make before June? I love that one. That one gave me chills. Yes, I love that, Jay Nicole. What fear has disguised itself as accountability? Ooh, girl, this kind of stuff is just so me. This gets my juices flowing. I love it. Yes, I love that. But this is your challenge right here. If I trusted God completely, now this is God putting you in check. God saying, if you trust me, you say you trust me, what are you really truly trusting me for? And then when you think on that thing that you're trusting God for, do you believe he can do it by June? June 2026. And we're going to journal the way he moves in that particular area between now and June. I love it. I absolutely love it. Jay says, if I trusted God completely, what decision? Oh, she's repeating what I say. I thought she was giving you an answer, but you don't have to give your answer. It's just something for you to marinate on. This is how, and this is the purpose of journaling, because it's almost like a counseling session, but it isn't. I don't ever want you to mix that up. But what helps you in counseling is journaling. Because sometimes we get in there, we freeze up, we forget what we want to talk about, we forget the fullness of what we want to talk about. But when we journal, we're able to go to that place and glean from it. Okay, so those are the 4 questions that you're going to write. And whenever you're journaling, y'all excuse my TV. Whenever you're writing, make sure you put the date. You don't have to put the time. I don't put times. I know some people who put the time. I just date it. And you start out with, I'm going to put I'm going to put the 3 signs of reset in the comments. I'm going to put the 4 questions in the comment section. And then I want you to also write this on this particular day in your journal. It says this: clarity is revolution. Courage is obedience. This month, I will. And I want you to set a boundary. I want you to set a boundary or release yourself from one obligation that is one of the things up here, one of the 3 things of knowing that it's time for a reset. Okay? If that makes sense. You're going to put that in. This month, I will either set a boundary, release myself from an obligation that is no longer doing me any good. I've outgrown it, or whatever the case is, or reconciliation, whatever it is. And so this is all we're going to put forward today, the 5th, February 5th. That's our word for today. I'm going to have the 3 signs that it's time to reset, the 4 questions that you're going to answer honestly. And the last thing is going to be our activation. What are we activating? And that is the clarity revelation, excuse me.